Okay, welcome everybody to another Friday Footfalls. Going to be returning to pretty stock Temur this week. This is pretty much the same list from a couple of weeks ago. Managed to get the trophy with the deck. The only change has been removing the commercial district, which is the Stomping Ground surveil land, and replacing it with a hedge maze. Just better, slightly better on the mana base, I think. So yeah, just going to give this another run through after a few different Rhinos lists in the last couple of weeks, playing some of the new 4-color Leyline one and experimenting last week with cutting Force of Negation. So just going to go back to stock and see how we do. So big thanks to everyone for watching today, and hope you're doing well wherever you are. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if you want to support the channel, and if you like the content that I'm putting up. It's quite a lot of Rhinos still retaining Friday Footfalls, and also going to be playing some more Pioneer, with Pioneer season being announced as the next competitive regional championship format. I have been meaning to play some standard, but haven't got around to it yet, so might have some standard up in the coming weeks as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on today with Rhinos. Right, we're against a Kahira deck. We can just about keep this one. We've got a lot going on in terms of interaction. We can island cycle with Lórien Revealed for hope for some sort of land, and hopefully find our third one. Okay, deck gone, not the best draw, especially against a Kahira deck, but so yeah, we're gonna island cycle for just breeding pool. We could island cycle for like a surveil land, but I think tapping their land with ice is probably better. Just island cycle here. So we could go and get hedge maze, but if we draw a land next turn, we're really going to want the untapped land, so I'm just going to get breeding pool. Hopefully we don't get iced here. Okay, we find a land, which is good. Shock in the breeding pool. A basic island is obviously a little bit annoying, because we can't cast any of the red cards. So we're just going to ice the Lórien Triome here. See opponent doing something. It's counterspell? Counterspelling our ice. That's oh, shouldn't some of these lists run Chalice in the main? Yep, so we'll force this, pitching, I think just Force. If they have another Chalice, I think I'm going to pitch Tidebinder. I think we want to save the Force for like a Teferi or yeah, it's quite common at the moment for Kahira lists to be running Chalice in the main. Okay, obviously not the greatest draw there. Gotta hope to fade Supreme Verdict. And I suppose Force from the opponent. I don't think they usually run Force. They need another white land in order to verdict, and to have it in hand, of course. Could be Teferi here, but we can't do anything about it. Okay, they're going to bounce a Rhino. Okay, they play Boseiju. Okay, we don't mind a red land here, that's nice. Okay, so we're going to send both at Teferi. How much do we care if they Solitude one of these? Would we rather... I think I'd rather get the 4 damage in. If they want to get rid of another card in hand, I think that's fine. Not going to fetch right now, because we can go and get Surveil land, potentially. Shocking in here would mean Supreme Verdict. Probably dead to that. Could also mean Solitude. Brennan 6, I think we'll let go. We'll just ignore that. We'll probably force like a prismatic ending or something here. Let's go and get... yeah, we'll go and just get Thundering Falls. Mutavault is a weird one. I don't think we want it. I think I'd rather draw... yeah, I think that's close. I think I just want to graveyard that. Looking for more action, really. Okay, Violent Outburst is nice. So yeah, we'll just ignore Renan 6 here. Attack the opponent. Leyline Binding. That's fine. Do we go for it right now? I think so, because the opponent doesn't have Counterspell up. It's unlikely they have Verdict if they're using the ring. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it. I could get us an extra point of damage in. They haven't got Counterspell or Reprieve up here, so yeah, I think taking the opportunity to resolve Rhinos is better. We get through for an extra point of damage with Shardless Agent as well. They go to 9. We've got lethal on board. Just have to fade Supreme Verdict or double removal spell. Oh no, this looks like it might be Verdict. That's really bad. I think we had to go for it there though. 2 cards in the hand for the opponent. So what they do with their Surveil, they put it on top. Could be Omnath, which would be really bad. Okay, Fire Ice is an interesting one. How long till our Rhinos? Couple of turns. No point in icing our land here, really. If they go for Omnath, we'll have to bounce it. The one ring. Well, we'll force this one. Or try to. Just can't really have them drawing a million cards. Brennan 6 being on 6 is a little bit of a worry. They could cast a fairy here. Okay, they add Kahira. So we'd like to draw... I don't know, another Shardless Agent would be good. Lórien Revealed is actually... yeah, we'll just keep hold of that one. I suppose we could cycle it for Hedge Maze, but maybe we should have cycled it for Hedge Maze and played it there. No reason to do anything right now. Hopefully this is just Kahira. Okay, we've got the kill spell for Kahira. Another ring. Sure. Ren 6 is on 7. Oh, we're going to have to get rid of that, unfortunately. Or we're going to have to shoot it with fire, ice, probably. Kill Kahira. Because otherwise, they're just going to ultimate and then verdict every turn. Okay, we are making rhinos here. Okay, Violent Outburst is an interesting one. So, let's say they ultimate and then they can have counterspell as well. I think we'll just go fire. Is it just one? I think it's... Oh, we can't shoot them anyway. So go red, blue. And then, yeah, I'm just going to island cycle for a hedge maze. Dead gone. Graveyard, that one. We're dead to quite a lot here. We could have waited until their upkeep to shoot them for 1, Ren for 1. But we're dead to we're not dead to another verdict, but we're dead to Omnath. Which looks like it might be Omnath here. Yep, and sadly Omnath pretty much just wins the game because, yeah, they go up to 11. They can go up to 13 in our 14 in our turn. We've played enough Omnath to know that the life gain is just very useful. Like, combined with the power that they're just drawing a load of cards with the ring. Okay, I think we can just go to game 2. Mate, there's not much we can draw here to get us out from under Omnath gaining 4 life a turn. They've killed our Rhino. Maybe we should have held up Violent Outburst instead, but then Ren ultimates, which I don't think is good. So, right, what do we want? So he probably cut all of these. We want all of these against Teferi and Omnath and stuff. Dismember's fine for Omnath. Don't think we want anything else. Endurance can be okay. Magus of the Moon you'd think would be a slam dunk, but actually it's not that great usually, because I mean we can get them with it on the play, but is it better than anything else we've got here? I don't think so. I think we'll just submit. Also, Magus of the Moon a lot worse than Blood Moon here because the opponent has access to Subtlety and usually some copies of Fire Ice as well. So, right, let's play first. I want to play a bit more with the Omnath deck as well. And yeah, this sounds good. So we might be afraid of Tishana's Tidebinder, so fetching early is probably what we want to do. We could also play around Fire Ice from the opponent by keeping up fetches, but I don't think that's what we're going to do. Opponent's mulled to 6. Just fix our draws for the first few turns. Okay, there's a Chalice. So we're going to need to find something to deal with that. Let's go just get a hedge maze. Murktide. Murktide's interesting. It's. I think we'll draw the Murktide. Just another threat that's not that bad into Chalice is nice. Play the Misty and pass. Opponent might not fetch into Fire Ice. Okay, they do. Guess they need the Triomes. We'll see what's on top here. If we put it into the graveyard, we might Island Cycle for a land. Okay, opponent puts one on top. So we're going to have to find... Like, Tishana's Tidebinder, if we get to turn 6, can deal with Chalice of the Void. Potentially. Okay, so we're going to get our Thundering Falls here. I think we'll graveyard that one and then Island Cycle. Probably just for a basic. Is there any reason we want double green? No, don't think so. So we could play a Murktide here. Could we 1, 2, 3 play a 5/5 Murktide? No, not yeah, we could play a 5/5 Murktide. Really bad into Mystical Dispute, but yeah, I think we'll go for it. Hopefully they don't have Mystical Dispute. Okay. We can't do anything about Subtlety, but we have got the Force of Negation here. If they try and go, hopefully they try and go for Teferi. We force the Teferi, pitching Shardless Agent. Yeah, just Shardless Agent. Shardless Tidebinder is just so much more handy here. Okay. Subtlety is a great draw. That's probably our best draw. Attack for 5. Subtlety here. Oh, we could Tidebinder the trigger. Let's think about this. So we Tidebinder the trigger. Omnath loses abilities, or we Subtlety. Oh yeah, Subtlety's fine because then next turn we can Tidebinder the trigger. Opponent nearly dead here. Because we can Violent Outburst. Okay, opponent concedes. So if we had 8, 9, 10 damage. Murktide Regent really coming in clutch there. Okay, so we'll bring in the caverns. They didn't fetch around Blood Moon at all. They probably cut some number of bindings, if not all of them. I wonder if we're meant to bring in Magus. We're definitely meant to bring in Gemstone Caverns here at the expense of Basic Mountain, I think. Do we want these instead of anything we've got? And if so, what? I don't think so. I think we'll just go with that. Right, sadly we're going to have to mulligan this one. Like, it's so close, but we can't keep a one-lander. This is okay, but very bad into a turn 1 Chalice. Opponent main phase fetching. So we'll go suspend Rhinos. Dismember's fine, it's not the best draw. So we're going to get we want double blue. So we're going to get Breeding Pool, and then go and get Thundering Falls next turn. I suppose we could play Mutavault here. Okay, Dispute is a great draw. So now we can play the Wooded Foothills to surveil. I was going to say we could play Mutavault in order to attack a Teferi if it comes down. But now we've drawn Mutavault. So much happy to just play that one. Oh, sorry, now that we've drawn Mystical Dispute, so much happy to just do that. And then we can fetch and surveil again. Opponent went and got Commercial District. See, they didn't. No, they put one on top. They're missing a land. No. Okay, this is really good for us. We just go Dispute, fetch a Thundering Falls. Hopefully they don't have Chalice. If they have Chalice, that's really bad for us, obviously. But they don't, which is good. So we'll just go Thundering Falls. I don't think we want that third land yet. Graveyard that one. I think we want more action. Okay, let's go. I think we're just going to go Shardless Agent here. I think the probability of them having another Teferi or a Chalice or a counter spell is higher. And like if they tap out for Verdict, we can Violent Outburst anyway. So I think happier to tap out here for a Shardless Agent. They haven't actually got double white for Verdict either. Okay, they do have the One Ring. But again, couldn't really do much about that. Okay, Dispute's really nice. No point in attacking, so I'll just pass. So if they go for Omnath here, we will let it resolve and then dismember it. They haven't got double white for Verdict. Engineered Explosives is a problem. Okay, here's Omnath. So we could Dispute, but I think it's better to use our Dismember here. Okay, that's good. And now we can actually Violent Outburst. Should we be doing it right now? What could they have? Spell Pierce? Surely not. Plains Binding? Ending? Could counter that, but okay, so easy. So we could Dispute here, but actually I think we've nearly got lethal next turn. Actually, it might be with Mutavault. Especially given that they're playing, they've got to take damage from the One Ring as well. They could have Solitude, I suppose. Yeah, okay. So we're attacking for 12, 14. We've actually got lethal. So what we'd actually do here is just hold up Dispute unless we rip a land. So we ripped the land, so we would have gone land, activate Mutavault, attack with everything, and then we can dispute their Solitude. If we didn't rip the land there, obviously depending on what we do rip, we just hold up dispute for a Solitude. So yeah, our hand lined up really, really nicely against them. Good to get the win in round 1 against a fairly difficult matchup. So yeah, let's move on to round 2. Right, going to play first here for round number 2. This is a weird hand, but we will keep it. Like, we can go turn 1, Breeding Pool, suspend Rhinos, and then we can start fetching our Surveil lands. We've got Force and Subtlety, so we can deal with anything for free. I say anything, but outside of uncounterable things like Supreme Verdict. Okay, commercial districts, so could be a Rhino's Mirror here. They put something on top. Okay, draw another land. Let's play the Tarn and pass. Probably going to want to get our fetching done before a potential Tidebinder. Okay, Plains. Farseek. Okay, so could be like a... I have seen Farseek being played in some forms of creativity, but it's more likely, I think, to be like a Valakut style deck. Go and get Thundering Falls here. We'll graveyard that land. Okay, not the best draw, I don't think, but we'll play the Foothills and pass. Obviously go and get the Hedge Maze, unless we have to force something here. Okay, Windswept Heath. Okay, explore. I think we let go. Turn 3, they do have 5 mana. Just go and get the Hedge Maze. Surveil. I don't think it's going to be creativity because they wouldn't play any non-mountain getting fetches. Am I drawing? Okay, would quite like to draw Violent Outburst there. Let's play the mountain and pass. We could play Murktide here, but it would only be a 3/3. I think I'd rather hold up Subtlety and Force. What are we going to see here? Okay, lots of different Surveil lands. Put something into their graveyard. Are they going to go and get another one? They don't. Okay. So yeah, still thinking some sort of Scape Shift Valakut style deck. We're a bit soft to just normal Valakut here, just played from hand. I guess Titan, but I don't think they'll be playing Titan. The One Ring. I'm just going to force that. I think they could be playing something like Reprieve, in which case I think we force pitch Murktide. They could Reprieve their own One Ring. Just a good play to make. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that is what they do. So we're going to make some rhinos here. Okay, Flame of Anor is interesting. I think I'm just going to hold stuff up here. They're going to play the One Ring. If they play the One Ring, may draw some cards in response with Flame. Okay, there's the One Ring. Maybe I should have drawn. Okay, it is a Valakut deck. Okay, so let's go fetch first. And then we'll just go draw 2 cards. They could reprieve this. Okay, Tidebinder is cool. Outburst is also pretty good. We've got the land as well. Given the cards in our hand, I think we're just going to hold up, because we've got Violent Outburst that can potentially do something next turn. Do we Tidebinder the activation? Trouble is we can't. Yeah, I think we do. That we can still Subtlety, we can still Violent Outburst. I just don't think we want them drawing another 2 cards. It could be that we're meant to leave that and Tidebinder whatever they do, but we can't do anything about Scape Shift anyway. Stop some drawing. We could have saved it in case they draw another ring, but then are they more likely to draw another ring if they draw another 2 cards? Hopefully this isn't Scape Shift. Looks like it might be. Or another ring potentially. Okay, it is another ring. So we are going to Violent Outburst here. Just to make sure that we've got lethal, and then we can hopefully just hold up any interaction. They could just reprieve this, which is somewhat annoying. But they're still going to be taking 1 from this, 8, 11, 12, so not quite. Ice is interesting. I think what we'll do is we'll just pass. Now, because ice can be a burn spell as well. No point attacking. Okay, they go to 14. We're attacking for 11, plus the ice is potentially lethal. Subtlety, potentially important against the Dryad. They've got 2 basics out, so they don't actually have that many mountains. Dryad. So let's just go, yeah, cast the Subtlety. Trouble is, we could Subtlety pitch. Because if we've got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus they're taking some from the ring. So if we Subtlety pitch Murktide, we can hold up dead gone for another Dryad, so I think that's what we want to do. Because if they have another Dryad in hand, they start shooting at us. Also slightly better into Reprieve. Okay, they put it on top. Okay, so it's going to attack for 11. That land's not ideal, but we'll attack first. Leyline Binding, okay. That's a little bit frustrating, but have they got another binding? There's a lot of bindings. A little bit surprised they don't take the Tidebinder here. I guess they can kill that with a Valakut activation. Yeah, that's probably game over. So they're going to go Dryad, play a land. We're going to bounce. Okay, they go Dryad. Okay, so we have to go Gone here. But they can fetch in response. Deal something 6. Okay, they have Reprieve. Hope they don't have another one. Another Reprieve? Are we just dead, potentially? They played a land. They've killed everything. Okay, yeah, we're just dead because they've got double fetch. Okay, well, that was... I don't know what we could have done there. Maybe the Tidebinder on the ring was poor. But, yeah, not sure. Okay, so we're on the play. We definitely want the Maguses, Magi, whatever. Subtlety seems okay. Force of Vigor potentially as well. Dismember's great. Dead Gone, I mean, it would have been okay there, but not the best. Bringing the extra Subtlety. It might be that Dispute doesn't hit Reprieve, and they're ramping, so it's probably hard to cast it for its full value. I guess the first Force of Vigor is fine. Fire Ice isn't amazing. Like Force of Vigor hitting Dryad is nice. It hits Leyline Binding. It hits Chalice, which they're probably bringing in. I think we'll cut some number of Fire Ices for a couple more Force of Vigors and try that. Like, I don't think they'll be onto Fairy, but they could be. But let's see how this goes. Alright, be on the play. This sounds fine. Like, turn 1 suspend, hopefully turn 3, turn 4. Do the thing. So just going to get Breeding Pool here. We sided in a lot of double blue cards. Although we did side in Magus as well, but I think I'm just going to get Breeding Pool given that we haven't got it. we'll go and get Thundering Falls. Okay, Flame of Anor, not too bad. Opponent not fetching because of potential Fire Ice. Okay, they probably have Reprieve. Okay, they don't. So it's going to jam Shardless Agent. They do fetch their basics though. We'll put a Tidebinder on top, definitely. Wonder if we're meant to say it just Tidebinder or one ring. I don't think so. While the opponent doesn't have Reprieve mana up, I think we want to get 10 power onto the field. If they go ring, it looks like is potentially what's going to happen here. Yeah. But yeah, I think getting the Tidebinder down is better. Okay, Force is a great draw. Especially since they won't necessarily be expecting it, given that we didn't force the one ring. So we're doing 10. So actually, if they draw cards, I'm just going to try and Tidebinder it. Because we've got Force. So here, this would be lethal. With Flame. Sorry, with Outburst next turn. Okay, there's a Dryad, which is fine. Okay, so they get a Valakut activation, which is probably going to go at the Tidebinder. So we'll attack for... Maybe we weren't meant to... I think we were meant to Tidebinder there. Okay, so we get to make more rhinos here, and then we'll go Flame of Anor, kill Dryad. Subtlety is another great draw. Cast, deal 5 damage. Attack with everything. You got Binding. That's fine. We've got 3 cards in hand. We've got enough blue cards to pitch twice. We've got lethal on board. Hopefully they don't have Verdict. Okay, they draw some cards. We can force Escape Shift. We can force another ring. Is there anything? So how can the... I guess Escape... Yeah, Escape Shift is very good, obviously. Yeah, I think we go for it here. Pitch Murktide. They play land, I think. But Dispute is rough. Reprieve is okay because we have the next blue card to pitch as well. Your opponents can't cast spells this turn. Okay, so that's a good one to know about. So probably just going to reprieve the Force. Okay, sure. So they gain protection. But we've still got a lethal amount of rhinos. Okay, Dismember's not a bad hit. Silence is an interesting one. See if they have anything. We probably go for a Force. We probably pitch, to be honest. But we don't need the cards in hand, we just need to kill them next turn. So I could have like EE, I guess. I could have another ring, they could have Scape Shift. Wish. So if they play, let's say they play Verdict, we can Outburst. If they play a ring, we can force it. If they play Scape Shift, we can force it. But they know we've got Force. I think we just let Wish go. I guess they could get Engineered Explosives or something. But like forcing that, I think that's fine. If they get Supreme Verdict, we've got the Outburst to win the game. Like the traditional use is like Wish for Scape Shift, but we'll see if they have that or not. Right, they do have Engineered Explosives. So I think we probably just go Force Pitch Subtlety. If they go Reprieve, we probably Force again. I guess this could be a ruse for them to now Scape Shift. Okay, Explorer's fine. Okay. So we get there. Not sure if that was all correct, but I think it was fine. Notably, the winning play is not always the correct play. But yeah, didn't see anything to make me think we want to change much with sideboarding. We definitely want to bring in Gemstone over a mountain. Mystical Dispute, not great. Yeah, I think we'll just run that. Like, we do have access to Magus, but they did fetch around it. We didn't see any lightning bolts or anything, so right, yeah, this hand's fine. It's got Gemstone Caverns in, and it's got a Boseiju, which is nice. What do we pitch is the question. I think it's just Misty Rainforest, because then we go turn 1 Surveil and Suspend, and then yeah, go from there. Okay, so let's go Surveil and Suspend. I actually kind of want to put that on top, because Lórien Revealed, if we have to cycle that next turn, we can't Outburst. Okay, let's play the Misty and pass. If they fetch, as soon as they fetch, we'll Violent Outburst. Although we can't really do it now because I'm pretty confident they have. Okay, I'm just going to Island Cycle first. We'll go and grab just a basic. Okay. Now we can go and get Hedge Maze. So yeah, not looking for that really. Okay. So they went and fetched this, so we're gonna play the Mutavault. Yeah, I think so. Like, pretty sure they have Reprieve. I don't know if we're playing around it too much. Sure. When are our rhinos coming off? Couple of turns. Okay, so if they put one on top, we'll probably go for the Violent Outburst now. Like, they'll put rhinos back in our hand, but it gets one of them out there. They put something on top as well, so making them fetch it away is pretty good. Yeah, I think we just go for it. And if they don't have it, then yes, they have to fetch away their spell. This is bad if we think they have two, but okay. Reprieve is so good against it, it's really annoying. So Shardless Agent would be fine. Breeding Pool's not so fine. Let's go suspend, play an island, pass. Want to be able to subtlety something. Can't beat Escape Shift. Gonna struggle with the ring as well. Okay, there's a Valakut. Possibly should have Boseiju. Okay, opponent doesn't have silence, which is useful. So we'd like to draw Force, I guess. Another Subtlety is not the best. Opponent has Ring Protection. I guess we shock in just so that we can Boseiju and Subtlety in the same turn. So at 15, we're potentially attacking for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If we could do everything. See if this is Dryad. They play the Wish. Sure. Could be Engineered Explosives, in which case I probably Subtlety. Or we could... Nothing's fine. Okay, play another Valakut. Explore. So if they play a Mountain Neck, if they played a land this turn. If they play a mountain, they'll get 2 triggers. So I think we need to Boseiju right now. Or we could cast Subtlety and then Boseiju. Hold on. Although if we Boseiju and then they mountain, so a mountain we get them 2 triggers, but if we Boseiju this and they get a mountain, this is if they control 5 others, so we'd get rid of this 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's the same, isn't it? So, okay. Yeah, 2 triggers. So they're probably going to kill a rhino. Okay. So we probably just flash in a Subtlety here. Hit them for 7, 8, 9. Got binding. So we could Boseiju the binding, but then they just shoot the Subtlety. So yeah, don't really want to go there. Force is a really good draw. So if we activate here, attack for 5, we can then Force or Subtlety. Yeah, I think that's fine. I guess, yeah, the trouble is that every land they play is a trigger. Let it go shoot Subtlety. I guess we play another Subtlety and attack for another 5. They die to the ring, but Wish, eh? Or let Wish resolve. I think we're better to Force. Dryad, so we'll go for Subtlety. Does Subtlety matter here? But I guess them playing 2 lands is not great. They put it on top. But they're staring down lethal now, so they have to do something. I guess the trouble with this is if they play any single land or a Farseek effect, we just lose. Well, they attack. Yeah, okay. So they're going to get a mountain, kill both of our subtleties. Maybe we're meant to just let that resolve. Like we let that resolve, if they go fetch land, it's a problem though. How long till we get rhinos? A couple of turns. Oh, they had the fetch land though, so actually that probably would have just killed us. Forest. So they can go and fetch a mountain. So we can't activate Mutavault, unfortunately. We've got Force of Negation. Okay, they get a... 4 counters. Okay, so they get Dryad. Okay, that's another trigger, so that's 9. I don't think we can beat that. I don't think we can beat the second Valakut from hand. They can't play another land. I mean, we have to go for this. Oh, but then they just go and get a mountain. Yeah, I think we're just dead to that. I think the third Valakut exactly from hand is what gets us. If we Boseiju this, they just go and get another mountain and kill us anyway. Yeah, we can't beat that. Annoyingly, fetching underneath that amount was pretty rough. Maybe we shouldn't have shocked in if we'd have stayed at 1 extra point of health. I assume they've got enough mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they've got more than enough. Okay, well, that was an interesting game. Not really too much we could do, unfortunately, in that end bit. Subtletying the Dryad main phase was probably not. I don't know. Maybe subtletying the Dryad maybe wasn't the best. Close though. We were sort of close to coming back, but close game. Yeah, let's move on to round number 4. Right, going to keep this hand in the blind, and then we'll put Gemstone Caverns. Okay, and what are we going to pitch? Just basic island, probably. Because Otawara does the same thing, but if we start drawing lands, yeah, it's basic island. Seachrome Coast, Sentinel. Okay, so quite happy to have this Mutavault and Flame of Anor. This island cycle. Probably just go and get a. So we got blue, so kind of want more red, I suppose. Thundering Falls. Espion's obviously a bit annoying drawing cards, but Thundering Falls. Yeah, we're going to top that one because we're going to want that eventually. So let's see if they activate their bauble. Okay, they actually have blue mana now. Okay, they've got Sword of the Meek. Okay, so I'm just going to play the Shardless Agent while they haven't got like Rebuke up or anything. They're going to get to trigger Sentinel, but that's fine. Like 10 power. So this is a Thopter Sword style deck. So if you haven't seen this before, Sword of the Meek and Thopter Foundry, kind of you can make a 1/1 Thopter every time for as many lands as you have, because you can keep sacrificing the sword. It keeps coming back. And with Urza, it's just infinite life, infinite tokens. Right, so opponent just played Bauble again. Okay, so just play Otawara. Let's attack with everything. Okay, so they make a construct, so we need to decide what we want to do here. Because if they're not going to have enough mana to go, if they go Urza next turn, So we could activate Mutavault and then kill this, kill this, which cuts them off another couple of artifacts, which is good. Or we could go Violent Outburst, pay the 1. Let's see how they block. Okay, so now we could just go... If we go Flame of Anor, actually, we can now kill this, kill this. Okay, yeah, that's better. So let's go activate Mutavault. And then we go Flame, destroy, deal 5 damage. We can destroy the Esper Sentinel, deal 5 damage to Emery. And then this is enough to kill the construct as well, because it will shrink. Because we killed the Sentinel. So yeah, very good turn there. I think that's probably best. I guess it means that we haven't quite got lethal this coming turn, which maybe we should have gone for instead. Okay, so they float some mana. But killing Emery's big as well. Okay, Ether Spellbomb's interesting. Okay, there's Urza. Shadow Spear. Equip. Okay, Force is a nice draw. So what we'll do now is we're just going to go for the same thing. They're going to bounce. We'll go kill the 2 creatures. We could just attack, kill the artifact, kill this. No, I think we're just going to flame. Deal 5 damage, destroy target artifact. Kill the construct. Kill Urza. Yeah, having double flame is obviously very good. They're going to bounce one of our rhinos. We are taking quite a while to do things, is the problem. And Shadow Spear is a problem as well. Like another Urza is really bad for us. I'll probably force a Thopter Foundry here. Because they can then start doing stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go force this, exile. Because they've got a Sword of the Meek in the graveyard. They start sacrificing stuff and gaining life. Portable Hole is really, really good. So I don't want to Violent Outburst into a Metallic Rebuke here. That would just be pretty bad. Okay, Stomping Ground. We'll attack here. But yeah, Metallic Rebuke can be paid for with artifacts, which we really don't want to happen. Opponent not really doing a thing. I think we can just keep beating down with Mutavault for a little while. Put them to 3. think that's fine. I'm pretty confident they have Metallic Rebuke. Okay, Sentinel triggers the sword. Okay, +1/+2, so we want to go dead here. Pay the 1. If they rebuke, it's not great, but not bad. Okay, Shardless Agent, so we'll go attack, Violent Outburst. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. It may have been that we were playing around Metallic Rebuke too much. But yeah, Mutavault getting there is pretty good. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of sideboard for this one. Force of Negation is good. Tidebinder is probably good. Dead Gone is okay. Oh, it kills Emery as well. I think Murktide Regent can go just because it gets so easily blocked by Thopters, and because it gets got by Ether Spellbomb. Subtlety is probably fine for us. We've got quite a lot of stuff we want to bring in. So both Brotherhood's End, all the Force of Vigors, Gemstone Caverns in for basic Mountain. We can consider all of the Mystical Disputes, the Another Subtlety, and the Endurance. So actually we've got a load of cards we can consider. How good is Fire Ice? Tapping Urza Saga is fine. How good is Force? I mean, against, yeah, the Sword of the Meek and stuff, it's really, really good. Flame of Anor is obviously a slam dunk. Subtlety. Maybe we trim Subtlety. Maybe we don't bring in the extra Subtlety. Like, it's very good against Urza exactly. But would we rather? I think we definitely want these Force of Vigors. And we definitely want these Brotherhood's End. Is it? Maybe it's Fire Ice, to be honest. And then just bring in the Mystical Disputes. The Rhinos having Trample is obviously very, very strong. Maybe it's just this. I'm not sure about this. Subtlety is obviously very good, but countering some of that Urza with Dispute, which also has the ability to counter Emery, Thopter Foundry, Metallic Rebuke, all of that kind of stuff is what we want. This hand is not, it's fine, it's not great. I think we'll keep it and just see how we get on. Like, if we can find a blue land off the top, this hand's insane. Like a fetch land, fetching Thundering Falls turn 1 would just be really good. Opponent's mulligan to 5. Okay, Dead Gone's interesting. I think we'll shock in just in case. Like if they play a stone, some of this play Stoneforge Mystic to go and get sword or whatever. So okay, they're playing the Archive. That's fine. We really need to draw our third land. They put one on top. Okay, Saga. That might have been what was on top, I guess. Okay, Chalice on 1. Emery, so rewarded for shocking in for Dead Gone. Kill this. We've got answers to Chalice. Right, fetch land. Rhinos, not great. Not, I was going to say not the worst draw, but it's up there. Teferi? Oh, they run Teferi as well, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, so we really need a land. Oh, that's so bad. We had 3 draws at it. We run 21 plus all of Lórien Revealed. Okay, opponent didn't float the mana. They've only got 2 cards in hand. Okay, there's a Stoneforge. They're probably going to get Caldra. They've only got 1 card in hand. They do get Caldra, so if we don't find a land here, we are just probably dead. Land. Oh, that's so bad. I think we're probably just dead here to not drawing the land. Okay, so notably they run Teferi, probably out of the sideboard. We do have answers to Caldra. We've got Dismember. We can't cast this Crashing Footfalls, sadly. Okay, we find a Breeding Pool. So we shock that in. Chalice doesn't help us. I guess we go... We can't Brotherhood's End. We could kill the Stoneforge Mystic. We could kill the Chalice, but we can't do anything with these. I guess we'll just go for the Tidebinder. Like it can block Stoneforge, and it lets us kill it lets us kill something and draw 2 cards next turn. So we may want to think about leaving in our subtleties here. Maybe we should have mulliganed this hand. Maybe that was the answer. Opponent may well bounce Tidebinder here. Okay, no blocks. It's Urza as well. That's pretty good if it is. Oh, the 1 ring. Okay. So we're at 6, so we can take another hit from the really bad draws. Okay, so let's go do this. So go 5 damage, destroy target artifact, I think. Or do we can we even get rid of the Caldra now? I think we actually have to draw 2 cards. We'll draw cards, kill this. Okay, we find a Misty Rainforest, which can obviously get us a land. But we go to... we could block here. We can't kill Teferi. Let's say we go block. We can't then... okay. Well, that was pretty rough. Opponent mulled looking for the sideboard cards, it looks like. So, and I kept a bit of a sketchy hand, to be honest. Okay, so on the play, we'll take out the next Gemstone Caverns, bring the basic mountain back in, and then Dead Gone was actually pretty good there. I'm going to keep that in. Dispute's good, Dismember's good. Maybe we're meant to keep Subtlety. But what do we... like Force of Vigor is so good into Urza's Saga. Like, what are we cutting for Subtlety? I think this is probably just fine. I think we'll just go with it. And just have Teferi in mind. But Yeah, especially missing our third land, I don't think we were beating all those hate pieces. See how we get on with this one. We'd certainly like to play first. This hand is okay. I think we're going to keep it. I don't think I really want to mulligan. We'll probably just lead off with Scalding Tarn. Opponent's mulled to 6 again. But like, this hand doesn't rely on finding footfalls, which is nice. So let's go Tarn pass. Unlikely to need... I mean, we could need to dispute Emery on turn 1 if they go like Chalice, Bauble, land. Just going to go and get a Thundering Falls here, I think. Esper Sentinel into the graveyard. Thundering Falls. We'll graveyard the land as well. Okay, draw. Force is a good draw. We'll just go Misty pass. What's this? Void Mirror. No mana was spent. Let's see what we're drawing, I guess. I don't really want to have to force this. Let's get Hedge Maze. If we've got a Cascader on top, do I just force? Because force is going to get much worse. Force it, but we have the flame. I think we let that resolve. Instantly draw another force isn't great. So if they go to fairy, we can force it. Let's see what they've got here. Thopter Foundry. I think I'm just going to try and force that. Okay, Flusterstorm. Okay, we now find the Outburst. So now we're going to go... probably just Flame Kill Void Mirror. Depends what they find. Talisman is fine. Sword. Okay, so let's force that one. Because they don't always run more than one force. Oh, we can activate Mutavault now and do 2 things, which is nice. Okay, another dispute. No reason to do anything at sorcery speed. Yeah, we don't need to Tidebinder, which is nice. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, that's... oh, I kind of want to Tidebinder the trigger. Yeah, I'm just going to Tidebinder the trigger. I'm just going to play a bit more of a mid-rangey type game. Yeah, that's insane, right? Attack. We'll just do destroy all artifacts with mana 3 or less. Because it cuts them off another land as well. got Dispute up for a potential Emry or Urza. Just keep attacking with Tidebinder for now. That's a good draw. Okay, they block. That's fine. Bit surprised they... Well, I think blocking there is possibly not that great. Okay, this looks like Urza probably just win the game here. Because we go Dispute and then Violent Outburst. Just go and fetch. I kind of just want to get Steam Vents, I think. Outburst. But we've still got Mystical Dispute and Flame of Anor, so attacking for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potentially, but I think I just want to hold up Flame and Mystical Dispute. Opponent goes to 4. Obviously that Brotherhood's end was pretty nuts. It's another Urza. The One Ring. They could have Spell Pierce, I guess, but we just go for it here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was pretty convincing. We drew very well in that third game. We had to kind of play the mid-range game a bit, but opponent mulligan looking for hate cards. They did find one in Void Mirror, but then we ripped the Brotherhood's end and just absolutely blew them out. So, yeah, good to get win number 2. Let's see if round 4. Right, we're going to keep this hand. We're going to put Gemstone Caverns in. Okay, I think we'll just exile Murktide Regent. I think Murktide's going to be like it's a good backup threat, but this is game 1, so okay. Temple Garden, Crashing Footfalls. Okay, so this is the 4-color list by the look of it. Okay, so let's go Misty Pass. Don't really want to get Fire Iced, but that Shardless Agent is just a great draw. Okay, that's really good. We're gonna go and get doesn't really matter here, I don't think. Don't double red or double green. Probably double red, so let's get Thundering Falls. No, graveyard that one. Okay, so we'll just play this. I think, yeah, we might as well just Violent Outburst here. Stop our opponent forcing. My force would be okay, but we want this to resolve, start getting in damage. If they go for Shardless Agent, we will force. The Gemstone Caverns was huge here. If they go Shardless Agent, we'll force the okay, that's really good for us. They do run Binding, so this Murktide Regent isn't as good as it is in the normal mirror. Okay, Fire Ice is fine. Just attack. No blocks. And then I think we're just not going to think about it too much. Just go for another Shardless Agent. If the opponent forces, they've only got 4 cards in hand. Looks like they might have Force. Yep. Getting rid of Tidebinder as well. Okay, they've got a Rhinos on suspend, but it's got 2 turns left. Two cards in hand. Okay, looks like they might have a binding, but that's fine. They're at 8. If they let all of these go, we can potentially just fire ice them out of the game. Okay, they ice our Rhino. That's fine. So we'll attack with our Shardless Agent. Yep, they trade. Maybe we should have kept the Murktide. I don't think so though, because just jamming another Shardless Agent is obviously pretty okay here. Opponent going to get to make some Rhinos, but we've got 2 good cards in hand. Guess it depends on what else they have. Okay, they have another land, which is obviously good for us. Okay, they surveil. Put 1 card on top. So we attack, they go to 1. What have they got here? Okay, the ice a Rhino. Oh, they found binding as well. Okay. So they are alive. Okay, so we'll go Misty. I think we just destroy a Rhino while we can. Deal 5 damage. But we could go for the win. I think we attack with everything. Like if the opponent blocks Shardless Agent, we're happy getting through for the extra damage. I'm just going to fetch now. Go and get a Hedge Maze. I don't think we want a Subtlety. Opponent needs something very good here. Shardless Agent is their best draw. Yeah, if they find Shardless Agent there, actually, we're in trouble. But fortunately they don't, and we win game 1. So sideboarding against this. So we definitely want the Gemstone in. Basic Mountain can go. We probably, I don't know, some combination. Magus is okay. Dispute is good. We don't like the Dead Gons. And Subtlety is actually pretty good in this one. Dismember we can cut, I think. And let's just bring in, let's see how many this is. That's 1 over. What would we cut? I think it's maybe just play 1 Magus. Murktide is less good against them, but they may well be cutting the... We'll go with this. They may well be cutting the bindings. So Murktide's still pretty good there. Well, I think I like this hand. We can go Boseiju. I guess Boseiju does deal with... they haven't put a Leyline into play, so Leyline potentially deals with... Sorry, Boseiju potentially deals with the Scion, but they can't actually play Scion turn 2 now. Okay, another Tidebinder. So let's play this. Suspend. 2 Tidebinders fine. So this turn we go Island and then Lórien Revealed for a Steam Vents probably. Okay, so we can just Lórien Revealed now. I think it's just Steam Vents, but I don't want to play it, I don't think. So just play Island Pass. Like some lists run to Fairy, we might need to dispute. Looks like it could be Shardless Agent here. Okay, a little bit surprised. Just gonna Island cycle. It's kind of bait this if they go for Tidebinder. Let's get Breeding Pool. If they go for Tidebinder, we would have just let that go untapped and Shardless Agent. Okay, Force is nice. So I'll just go Steam Vents. We'll pay 2 life. Okay, they just cycle. We knew they didn't have red mana there for Violent Outburst. But this turn we can go Shardless Agent if they force. Yeah, we can go Shardless Agent and then Mystical Dispute a Force, Mystical Dispute a Tidebinder. Okay, play this. Yeah, we'll just go Shardless. And then we can force their Footfalls next turn as well. Okay, that's really good for us, them not having... Okay, Binding's fine. We're happy to take the the 2 for 1. Or 3 for 1 in this case maybe. Yeah, I think we're going to try and force. If they force back... Yeah, well... It's if they have Dispute that's bad. But then it's good into like our Footfalls next turn. Okay, they don't have anything, which is also very good for us. Okay, they do have an Outburst. See if they brought in anything of note. Drannith Magistrate. Oh. Okay, so they do hit Drannith Magistrate. They are running Ardent Plea. Looks like they're just 4 colour with no Leyline shenanigans. This is really annoying, don't get me wrong. Like, we can't cast this now. Damn Drannith Magistrate. Oh, they had to hit that. Okay, so we'll play Gemstone, attack with everything. The opponent might block here, but I mean they're probably afraid of Dead Gone or fire, so no harm in attacking. So the opponent does have both Drannith Magistrate and Crashing Footfalls in their deck. Okay, well, Tidebinder, the trigger. Drannith Magistrate being a wizard is big. And then if they Tidebinder our Tidebinder, we can dispute. We can also dispute a Flame of Anor here, which is fortunate because that's what they have. Yeah, we just kind of had everything here. The opponent's got one card in hand. They're not going to make any rhinos. I would imagine the opponent blocks Tidebinder with Shardless Agent. But yeah, we're just going to attack with everything. Okay, Tarn. Yeah, this is where the Surveil lands is really good because we can just look for gas here. Definitely attacking with everything. Okay, that's pretty much as expected. And it goes to 3. So if we go to a game 3, we'll make sure that we've got, did I bring in an extra subtlety? Yeah, we did. So are we meant to cast subtlety here? We'll see what we've got on top first. Otawara. Yeah, I want that one. So now I think we're definitely meant to cast for subtlety. Like they can dispute it if they want. Then we draw. We can also Otawara our own Shardless Agent, which is interesting. Hopefully they haven't got Violent Outburst. Okay, Subtlety is fine. Why would they not cast Subtlety on our thing? Okay, so we just wait for them to block the... Okay. So yeah, we'll do... Doesn't really matter. Then we'll just Otawara the Subtlety for the win. Deal exactly 3. Okay, so yeah, we beat 4-color rhinos, but the older style 4-color rhinos with just the white splash for, well, I suppose it's less of a splash when they're running, what's it called? The enchantment. Why can I never think of that? Ardent Plea. So yeah, they're running Ardent Plea and Leyline Binding. We have played that before on the channel, but not running the new Leyline Draco, Scion of Draco stuff. Right, so we're on to round number 5, and this hand's really good. We're going to keep. Like, is it maybe a little slow? Okay, this looks like Titan. Why have they... Okay, so they must just have a bounce land in hand. Okay, another force. Let's just play this Wooded Foothills, then pass, then we can go and get Thundering Falls. We are going to need another blue potentially, although we're probably just going to be pitching. So a little bit of a slower start for Titan here. Yeah, let's get Thundering Falls. I'm kind of in for the next land, I think. We've got a lot of good stuff against Titan. Like Tidebinder's really good, Subtlety is really good. Force of Negation maybe less so, but I'll probably force an amulet here. Are we going to get any... Oh, I suppose they run the one ring as well. I think I'm just going to force this. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Okay, they can enter a copy of that. Yeah, because they do run the one ring. But we can Tidebinder potentially the one ring. Not sure on that play. Let me know if you would have forced that explore. I think slowing them down is probably good. Okay, they put Boseiju into the graveyard. Let's get Hedge Maze. Okay, graveyard lands now. Okay, another land. So pass the turn. If they play a ring, we will Tidebinder it, because actually Violent Outburst doesn't really do anything for us. If they play the ring. Ooh, amulet. Okay. Another explore. So I'm just going to Violent Outburst now, pretty much whatever they do. We could counter like an untapped trigger. I don't... Okay, they're not making the mana. Okay, so they bounce Vesuva. Grazer. Sure. Oh, so they might be playing Dryad. But I think we let that one... Oh, Spelunking. Sure. Okay, there's Valakut. So yeah, now we'll just go for Outburst. Looks like this is the new red kind of version of Titan. They run slightly different mana base, and it's got like a new way of... It's usually got like Mirror Pool in, which I think makes a copy of a Titan. Okay, so Outburst, end of turn. Make 8 power. Okay, that's actually a pretty good draw. We know they've got Vesuva in hand. Are we meant to tap a land here, I wonder? Because we can still Subtlety if we need to. If we go Ice, they can't play an extra land with this. So they could go land, make 2... I think I'm just going to Ice a land. This may be wrong. I think this is okay though. Okay, that's actually pretty good because we kind of want to hold on to the Tidebinder. Oh, but I guess if they play the ring, that's really bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, so should have held on to the Tidebinder really there. Okay, that's pretty rough. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, so we'll go shock in. Yes. Are we going to play the Murktide, or are we going to hold up? I think we just hold up everything because we can subtlety. They're going to lose a life, go to 14. Then we attack for not quite enough. If we cast Tidebinder, that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Or we could play the Murktide Regent. I think I'm going to play Murktide here. Or do we want to hold up Subtlety and... This isn't easy. So we could play a big Murktide and then hold up Subtlety or Tidebinder, or we can just hold up everything. So if they go for Titan, we go Subtlety, but that doesn't quite win the game. I think I'm just going to go Murktide. This has got the biggest chance to win the game next turn. Although we're still holding up Subtlety and Tidebinder. You know, we've put lethal onto the field, so they've got this one turn. They need to find double Titan, really. Like if they have to use all their mana, we can just Subtlety. Kind of wish Dismember had been a blue card there, but to get a little bit punished for that ice play. They've got so many cards in hand. So yeah, the Hanaway Battlements is the new one. I guess the opponent could think about going for some sort of Dryad kill. But like if they go Dryad land, that does start the Valakut chain. But we've got Dismember for that. If they go for a Titan... Depends what lands they keep up, I suppose. Okay, they Summoner's Pact for Dryad. So they haven't played a land yet. Okay, Castle Garenbrig. So they've played a land now. So do we Subtlety or do we Dismember? They've got... if they play another land, they could go Titan. Okay, so I think this is fine. We'll just go... Dryad's fine. Vesuva is Valakut. But then we can just go Dismember and then Subtlety the Titan. So yeah, we've kind of had it all here again. I assume they're just going to dome us, try and dome us with the triggers. Oh no, they're going for rhinos. Okay, so Dismember here. Okay, so they're going to make enough mana with Castle Garenbrig. Castle Garenbrig's the new, that's quite common as well. It's also worth noting that I think a lot of these lists are playing either Elish Norn or... no, there's a couple of lists playing like Elish Norn and stuff. Turn Timber Symbiosis and things. But I think this is probably just the new one. So going to play Titan, we're going to Subtlety and then win the game. But yeah, again, we've had kind of everything. Not too punished, fortunately, for that Tidebinder misplay. Dismember coming in clutch to kill the Dryad. Okay, so we've got quite a sideboard against this lot. This lot, Titan. So we'll bring in the Caverns, cut the Mountain. Should have restarted Modo potentially. Cut the Mountain. So on all the Force of Vigors, all the Magus, and the Subtlety. Cut all the Fire Ice. I mean, bouncing a Titan's fine, but it's already done its damage by then. And then I usually cut a couple of Force. They are on Spelunking in the main. I think we'll keep in 2 Force. We saw it a load of Explores and stuff, so it's going to have some sort of target. So are we meant to cut Murktide? It could be that we're meant to keep in Force instead of Murktide. It could be that we're meant to bring in Brotherhood's End. Like Brotherhood's End dealing with Saga tokens, Chalice of the Void stuff, but yeah, we'll give this one a go. It's not like amazing, but we do have a Magus and some other sideboard cards. We'll fetch a... what we're going to fetch? Oh, a Thundering Falls here. We'll go Thundering Falls into basic island, I think, because we need a red land anyway for Magus. Okay, 3 mana. I think if they go for a Dryad here, I'm just going to Subtlety it, weirdly. Because then we can go tap their Growth Chamber, Grazer. They put in another land, make 4 mana, play the ring. I'm just going to Subtlety, pitch Flame. Don't really want them casting the 1 ring this early. They put it on the bottom. Okay, they cycle. Okay, so Generous Scent's good here against our potential Magus. But we've got a couple of Fire Ices. Okay, go and get Thundering Falls. Yeah, we want that one. Well, yeah, I mean, we do want that one. Alright, so go Misty. What are we going to get here? It's either island or forest. It could just be forest. We've already got the island. Let's get the forest. And then we'll ice here. Okay, we find our basic island, so that's pretty good. Okay, there's a forest. I guess they could have... if they have Dismember, I'm just going to go for it. I guess finding the basic island was really good there. I'm sorry, fetching the forest was good because we're more likely to draw a basic island because we run 2. But I mean, saying that, we definitely do get a little bit fortunate there. Okay, this looks like Dismember, which is annoying. Okay, they play the ring, so that's pretty good. Would really quite like to draw a land so we could go Murktide into ice. Oh, that's, I mean, It is a land. So if we go ice here, or we could go flame, kill the amulet. I think ice is probably better because it cuts them. It draws the card towards force potentially. Okay, another Murktide isn't great. So yeah, we're probably going to lose this one. Like we just haven't got any pressure. Drawing that Gemstone Caverns kind of hurt. Okay, defense grid. So now we need to find, I don't know, like a green land is fine. We just go force both these things. They got 5 cards in hand. Subtlety, no, subtlety doesn't do it. Okay, that's a green. So let's go yes. Force this. Like, they're very likely to be able to find a Titan here. Okay, they're playing Kessig Wolf Run. But like any sort of, oh, they found another amulet. Okay, so if this is Titan, probably just dead. Probably dead to Colossus as well. Although if it was Colossus, they, yeah, activate the One Ring. We just haven't been quick. We haven't had enough pressure. Okay, there's Titan. So they can give it haste. We'll just see what exactly they've got. It's not necessarily lethal with only 1 amulet out, but I think it's probably as good as. Okay, so they give it haste. They're going to have mana left out. Oh, they have Dryad as well. So you... Oh, okay. Yeah, they give it haste and then they have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they're going to Valakut us to death. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if we can see what else we have from the sideboard. I don't think there's much. That Dismember is pretty crucial, but the opponent does usually... Well, I say the opponent, Amulet Titan does usually run up to 4 Dismembers in the sideboard. So Mountain back in, Caverns back out. Don't think there's really much more we want to change. Like Murktide was a little bit awkward, but would we rather have anything else than a Murktide? They do run Otawara sometimes, which is awkward against Murktide. Maybe we'll trim 1 Murktide and keep in an extra force. Let's try that. That Mystical Dispute could be okay as 3 mana leak, but we saw a defense grid as well. Maybe force loses some value into defense grid. Right, yep, we'll play. Yeah, this hand is good. Like the tap lands are a little bit awkward, but we've got a load of sideboard cards and we've got a Shardless Agent, and the tap lands will let us. We probably don't even want to use this Footfalls. We'll probably just save it for Force of Vigor. So Hedge Maze, look for another land. Yeah, I mean we're topping any land here. Grazer. Okay, no Amulet and no Saga. So yeah, Thundering Falls. We're going to top that one as well? Yeah, I think so. It's a blue card for Subtlety, if nothing else. Okay, they cycle for a forest. Could be defense grid. Okay, sure. I think we're just going to go shock in Shardless Agent. Like we are literally defensiveless in this bit with the defense grid out. Like some of that engineered explosives are really bad, but they have got double basic forest. You know, they haven't got any really bad artifacts or whatever. As in, they haven't got an amulet or. Well, here is a one ring. No point in attacking. Another subtlety is okay. We just pass here. Do we force the defense grid? Maybe. Probably not though. Okay, Vestige. It's another ring. Okay, Dryad's actually fine here because we can go force, kill Dryad, kill defense grid. Okay. They had black, so they're going to dismember a rhino. Looks that way. Okay, well that leaves our Magus potentially open. Okay, so kill this, kill this. So we've got Subtlety now. Flame of Anor is interesting. We don't want to Magus them. I might ice here though. So yeah, actually yeah. So I'm going to ice a forest because then we can Subtlety pitch flame. I think that's fine. Okay, find a Tidebinder. It's just drawing so many cards, the problem. Okay, there's an amulet. Another amulet. Okay, so this is looking a bit, maybe a bit worrying. Because if they go bounce land, they can make a Titan. They've got 3 cards in hand. We've got double Subtlety, which is good. Hopefully they have to pact. Another ring, okay. They can draw more cards. I wouldn't mind drawing a land. 3 mana for a Dryad, sure. So we probably just have to Flame of Anor that. Or do we care? Don't know. Interesting one this, because we've got the Tidebinder into Flame of Anor would be really nice. kind of running out of time. So we could go Magus, but they've got double forest anyway. Boseiju's interesting, but I think we just play it and pass. With 3 cards in hand, I don't know how much we need to worry about the Dryad. Do we just Tidebinder this? Or do we let them draw it and then Tidebinder something else? I'm just going to Tidebinder. But then if they start Valakuting us... So if we go Tidebinder this, they go Valakut, Valakut. They've only got 4 cards in hand though. This would draw them 2 cards. I'm going to Tidebinder it. Because next turn Flame of Anor would be really good potentially. It's an extra attacker as well. I think we have to... The trouble is if they go Titan, we Subtlety pitch Flame. We can't keep Flame. We have to hold on to the second Subtlety. Okay, 3 cards in hand. Maybe we weren't meant to do that because we could have Subtlety twice. If they have double Titan, this looks like it might be Colossus. Oh no, 6 mana, 7 mana. And a Vesuva. It's a lot of mana. Oh, have they got Teleria West? Do we know? Did they play that before? Can't remember actually. Okay, they're just hard casting a generous Ent. They've got lots of mana left, so we let that one go. It's quite annoying though. It's got reach as well, and it makes them feel. Wormcoil Engine. Okay, this is pretty disgusting. Double big threat. What can we do? What can we do? So I'm gonna have. I think we have to let that resolve, and then Flame of Anor. Oh, they transmute as well. Maybe we should have played the Magus ages ago. But this is probably enough. Rhino's famously pretty bad into Wormcoil Engine. Engineered Explosives. Okay, so they've got Engineered Explosives in hand, which kills a Rhino, but I suppose they can also kill these two. So what do we do? Do we just have to draw 2 cards and hope for the best? I think what we do is we go in there. I think we let them, like, in response to them going for. It depends what they do. EE on 0 is not fine, but can't do anything about it. We actually rather they EE on 0 here. And then we're going to go in response to the EE on 0 as well, we can destroy Wormcoil Engine. Which is pretty nice. Hopefully they go for it before combat. So what we have to do here is block with these two, and then they'll crack the EE, and in response we'll kill Wormcoil Engine. Cast will go deal 5 damage, destroy target artifact, 5 damage. So that actually works out okay for us. Unless they have something like Veil of Summer, in which case we just lose on the spot. But actually this is this is about as best as we could have done, hoped for in this scenario. Like we get to 2 for 1 them. It's a very clean answer to Wormcoil Engine. Because the Engineered Explosives takes care of the things. What have they got here? Maybe they're just adding mana, but it is in declared block step, so I guess they could Otawara the Wormcoil, which would be pretty annoying. Okay, the Otawara, the Wormcoil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is fine. Like we can subtlety it potentially. Trouble is we're trying to grind out against an opponent that's got things like Wormcoil Engine in their deck. And at any point they can just rip another Titan. Oh, I should have cycled the Lórien Revealed there probably. Another Flame of Anor is nice. So what if we go for Magus? 1, 2, they go. We go Magus. No, I think we're just hard casting Subtlety. Or Island Cycle. Basic Island. Play the Island, pass. I mean, somehow we're going to have to kill this Generous Ent, but another Flame of Anor is pretty nice. They're going to go for Wormcoil, we'll Subtlety. They've got 2 cards in hand. They put it on top, which makes sense. Another Amulet. Not too worried about that. Okay, we find a Wooded Foothills. So we have to Subtlety again. Unfortunately, we can't Subtlety and attack and Flame of Anor. This Generous Ent is really buying them a lot of time. Well, we'll cast our Subtlety. And then we can go, I think we're going to go and fetch a basic forest. Oh yeah, we haven't got any Surveil lands anyway. Do I fetch it now, or do we wait and see if we can? No, there's no point in holding this because we've only got 1 basic forest, so it's not like we could draw another one. And we don't want to draw the forest. Okay, Shardless Agent's interesting. What if we... they put Wormcoil on the top, so let's just go Shardless. This could be okay. So we're going to go Shardless Agent, Magus of the Moon. And then next turn, and we're going to attack with everything except the Tidebinder. Deal as much damage as we can. Probably should have been doing this before. Like, deal them 3 damage. Then cast the Magus. And then next turn, we can just go attack with everything and then Flame of Anor. Hopefully win the game. Okay, well, there's a Worm Coil. Should probably do the maths though. Oh, Violent Outburst is... Oh, that probably wins the game. So we go attack with everything. Yeah. This should be enough. This will trample over for 4. So this blocks here, this blocks here, this gets through for 4. They block this as well. So we're getting through for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is enough. We have to do this all in combat. I mean, we've just ripped really well. That whole play with the Worm Coil engine was huge as well. Like being able to... I think if they crack their engineered explosives at a different time, we might be really good. And like here, we just go kill Worm Coil engine in combat, deal 5 damage to the Grazer on both modes. Destroy target artifact. Actually, dealing damage doesn't matter, so we'll just draw some cards. Destroy target artifact, draw 2 cards. We'll draw cards, destroy this. Make sure we leave up green. Outburst for good measure. Yeah, that should be enough. I think it was possibly enough without, but yeah, I think that should be good enough. Yeah, we win the game. Okay, well we did draw really well there. The deck really kind of performed for us. All those subtleties, keeping putting Worm Coil engine back on top. Really, really good. Good to close out the 4-1 against a difficult matchup. Like Titan's always really, really scary to I think everyone. But yeah, I remain really impressed with the list. What did we take the loss to? Can't remember what you took a loss to there. But we beat a lot of the big decks. We beat the Mirror, beat Titan. Can't quite remember now what we took the loss to, but we beat Omnath as well. So yeah, the list is performing great. Please do let me know if you enjoyed the video, or if you've got any comments or any suggestions as to what we could do better. But for now, we'll see you again soon. Cheers.